Well, it's been a bit of a quieter day today. It's been a little bit of a more chilled day. Didn't get out too much. Had some catch-up stuff to do this morning, and obviously I went out and attended a Zoom church, and then I went to see my friend Jim. Jim lives on the island. He has a fabulous fossil shop, so I went to go and see him and look through some of his collection and pick out a few bits. And we'll be going back there tomorrow before we leave the island, so I'll hopefully get a chance to show you around, but it was nice to catch up with him. And then I thought I'd come down to one of the most local beaches to where I'm staying. This is Yaverland. And Yaverland, all this cliff behind me here is all dinosaur. It's the same well that was down on Brook Bay. And further down there you get to the Carstone, which is a sandstone which doesn't really have much in it, and then you get to the chalk, which you can find stuff in, but it's a lot of hard work to get it out, and it's quite a trek down there. So it was actually quite nice. It's sort of getting latish in the afternoon. It's about 3:30 now, but it's nice just to have a sit down, and you see all this kind of loose rubble down here. You just sort of pick up bits and start bashing through it and see what you can find. This is all dinosaur stuff behind me, like I said, but the problem is Yaverland is so over-collected. It's kind of the big tourist beach, and so it's extremely over-collected. Everybody comes down here looking for stuff, and right now most of the rocks, which the dinosaur bones would be kind of gathered up in, like the tide pools and stuff, they're about 4 feet underneath a load of sand, so it's the wrong kind of tides to really come and collect bone. And you can see up here, you know, hardly any water, hardly any of the sea gets up to this, so it doesn't wash a lot of stuff out either. But you do have a lot of this Vectis formation, which is the same stuff that we found our shark fin in, and you also get all of this stuff, which is also full of shells and fossils, and sometimes even something a little bit more special. So I've actually just been bashing through some of these. You just kind of, you know, get a block like this. I mean, it is easier with 2 hands, but if I wedge it there, you get your hammer and you just kind of knock bits off, bit by bit. Get something nice and flat like this. That can be quite useful. You can see there's some lovely fossil shells in there as well. And then you get bits like this. So this is a bit that I split open just a moment ago. So you can see it's full of shells. Lots of lovely shells, tiny shells. But it's this dark stuff up here that really interests me. This is little fish scales. In particular garfish scales. And you can see they've got some more bone and scales and stuff. And sometimes you can find whole bones and sort of disarticulated skeletons and stuff like that. So it's nice just to come and have a sit down, slowly sift through some of these loose rocks, just, you know, sift through some stuff and see what you can find. And quite often you can find something really nice. Whoops, what was that? Oh, there we go, look at that. Lovely little scale, fish scale. Probably something like a garfish or a lepidotes fish scale. So yeah, really nice. I mean, that was just lying there, right? I didn't even have to split it open. It's great. You know, one of the things that we always say is, why do we find so many fossils at Creation Research, or how do we find so many fossils? And there's a few different elements to this. The first thing is, before we ever go out, we find out a little bit about the rocks. Because when you've been collecting as long as I have, or as long as John Mackay has, you do get to work out which rocks are going to have something in and which rocks are not. And so find out a little bit, like, you know, I know these rocks have got stuff in them, I know the rocks down there don't. So you don't bother going and looking down there, you stay up here, right? The second thing is, before we go out to collect any time, even this morning, we always pray, Lord, this is your world, these are your fossils, this is your ministry, guide us to them if it's your will. And the Lord has blessed us abundantly with fossils on this trip. No dinosaur bone as of yet, but you know, it's not like it used to be. There used to be masses and masses of dinosaur bone, and there just isn't anymore. It's become so popular to go collecting, so you need a really good storm and really good tides in order to turf stuff out. But what it doesn't mean is when you do find something, it is usually spectacular. So you just have to, you know, fossils are where fossils is. You keep looking. I mean, I just picked up that rock just while I was on camera and I found a lovely fossil in it. I could spend another hour looking for it and never find another one. You just don't know. So keep looking. So there we go. It's another beautiful day. I actually flicked the news on very briefly last night, and I saw that there's been huge storms up in Scotland and coming down as far as Manchester, to the point where electricity's been cut out, and we haven't had anything like that down here. It's been beautifully sunny. The worst it's been was yesterday afternoon, where we were down at Hempstead and it got a little bit windy and a bit cloudy, and so a bit cold then, but it wasn't horrible. And I mean, you could just see from today, like it's beautiful, clear skies. It's absolutely wonderful. So yeah, it's nice to just have a bit of a relaxing day, because it has been fairly hectic, especially with all the computer issues. Thank you for those who've donated, by the way. We've had a few donations come through for a new laptop, which is sort of desperately needed at the moment. But it's just been nice to just kind of ignore technology for most of the day. You know, spend some time in the Word, go and meet some old friends, spend some time digging around fossils in his shop, have a nice bit of lunch, come out here, just chill, do a little bit of digging. So it's going to be a shorter video today, but you still got to see some fossils, you still got to have a look at some geology. So the plan for the rest of the trip, basically tomorrow we're going back to my friend Jim's, hopefully show you around a little bit and see some of his fossils, get some of our own fossils, and we might just have about enough time to have a quick nip down to the beach, but the ferry's at 4 o'clock, back to the mainland, and then we head off to the Jurassic Coast. So I'll be at the Jurassic Coast for sort of Monday evening, and then all of Tuesday, and then we head back home on Wednesday. So we should have enough time to do the few bits that we want to do down there and get some footage and see everything, so that should be quite nice. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far, and just nice to have a bit of a chill day today. And I mean, it's a little bit breezy out there, but I'm sort of in a little hollow here, so it's really warm and really sunny and really, really beautiful, and it's just, you know, it's so tranquil. I'm here, I'm surrounded by fossils, I'm doing something that I love, a stunning scenery all around, and you know, you can sit and watch the boats go through the Solent, the big stretch of sea over there. It is just really, really, really beautiful and really lovely. So yeah, keep watching. Thank you for your support. We've had really, really positive comments, by the way, about this whole road trip, and that's been so encouraging, so thank you so much. I want to keep doing these, and at the end of this series we'll do a poll, so you can all vote as to whether you think I should do it again, and how I should do it, you know, whether it's out on YouTube or on Facebook or however you want. So yeah, thank you for being so encouraging. I really do mean that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your financial support as well. Well, it's going to be a beautiful sunset. The sun's about only 30 minutes off setting. It's already looking pretty cool, just out of the corner of my eye. So that's lovely. What a way to end the day, hey? Down on the beach, nice and calm. Beautiful fossils, beautiful cliffs. You know, this is why I love doing this work and doing this job. You get to teach people, you get to share truths, you get to share the gospel. At the same time, you also get to dig up dinosaurs and, you know, be down on the beach at times like this. So It is pretty spectacular. And this is why we love taking you out to see the evidence for yourself. One of the things that we're trying to do when I go to Dorset, to the Jurassic Coast in a couple of days' time, is check out a big field, a big rally field, where I'm hoping later on this year we can have our sort of creation research fossil retreat, where you come and camp and we spend a day in devotions and teaching, as well as actually travelling out and going and digging up some fossils, which should be really good. The other thing which I'm doing is we're getting all of the field trips set up. You know, we're quite blessed here in the UK to be sort of open back up again to groups and groups coming together. So we're going to try and get a whole list of field trips to take everybody out. So keep watching on that. That should be really good as well, if we can bring some people together and go and show them the real evidence, because there's nothing like being hands-on, going and seeing the real evidence for yourself. Just beautiful. God bless everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, and we'll see where tomorrow takes us. So, God bless. See you all later.